who are coming to watch the rerun, hang in there, check out the comments, get involved. I've got some pretty big news for you that I believe will not only change lives, but it will help you be able to consider ways to grow fresh food at home that you know exactly is in it. And so you're avoiding pesticides, you're creating a better, productive environment for you, a healthier you. And what I'm going to talk about today will solve a lot of problems for me and for you, I believe. And so I'm super stoked to be here. We're going to have a chat on the side. I've got some information that I want to share. I've made myself some notes. I'm going to be taking some notes from you guys as well. Now, I just sort of made this decision to come live this morning and share this news because I've been looking into something for a while about a transition so I can help more people grow more food and not be caught in this amazing algorithm of online social media that stops me from spreading a really great message and helping as many people as I can to get to where they want to go, to their end goal, whether it's the worm farming, then using the worm farming to grow food, or it's organic systems, it's using permaculture methods, using organic gardening methods, things like that, to anything that involves moving away from this chemical structure that really doesn't embody health. And it's a little bit tricky for me to say, but I'm stoked for you to be here. And I've been looking into this for a while because one of the problems is the membership area that's in YouTube. Obviously, it's pretty cool that people can go in and access videos in the Worm Wranglers members area, do those courses and things like that. But the only problem is no one can really get back to me. I can't interact with anyone in there. YouTube have never really expanded it out other than just a little area where where you can upload videos and then they pay a membership and YouTube take their 30%. And then people can maybe comment below the video or whatever, but it doesn't create this interaction of helping someone get to their end goal. And, later on down the line, we then went to the Buy Me a Coffee system where people could support the channel that way. And, they can pledge, anything from sort of $5 and up. But again, there's no way to interact with people. There's no way to help them get the end result. And it was always confusing me. So what can I do? What can I do to make this better and help people long term? And every time I would try and release a video, and I'm happy that I can get like 1,000 views on a video or whatever. And some of them have got, I think last year, my worm farming videos done 150,000 views or something. So it's helped a lot of people get to where they need to go. But I can't help that person after they watch the video get this end result unless they just get really good results from watching the content if they become a Worm Wranglers member area in the Worm Wranglers members area, right? And so then we started this Facebook thing, and that didn't really work because everyone's then got to transition over to the Facebook group, and you've got to do all these Facebook rules and all this stuff, and two different websites and different sign-ins and logins and all that. And I just been, praying on hard, going what to do, what's the best way. And I've decided that I'm going to seriously consider starting up a private membership with its own community that runs, if not better than Facebook does. No advertising in it, any of that crap. Straight access to me. I can be in there a couple of hours a day looking at people. People can post in there, put their own photos in there, chat to other people in the communities. I can even put courses in there, video courses and things like that, upload different files and stuff, and start teaching the XO Organics, the acceleration organics methods in there. And then people can do the videos or whatever, or look at the posts. They can comment and talk to other people in there, and also connect with me and work towards getting an end result. So we're not split out in all these different areas, because I'm super stoked that people have come on board and said, that they're interested in supporting the channel in any way possible. But I don't feel I've been giving enough value back. So that's what I'm looking at, is actually finding a way to get to you to help you get your end result through a series of videos that can be there permanently, don't get lost in the algorithm cosmos and things like that. There's like 500 hours of content being uploaded to YouTube every minute. And so there's so many distractions. I don't know what that is around gardening and all that type of stuff, but like it's all of a sudden someone's wishing some new fancy thing to you to get your attention, and whether it actually is going to really help you long term. Some of it may, some of it may not. But I want to work on solving that problem. So that's why I've been looking at, doing this community and creating a private live membership. And I can even create live shows in there, I believe. And it looks really, really exciting. And I really wanted to sort of reach out to you guys and see what you thought about that, because I know a lot of you have been in here. You're following, supporting me by buying me a coffee, or also inside the Worm Wranglers members area. Some of you have done the courses already and had really good success from them. But I promised when I was doing those courses that I would be able to be there for you. I really thought that YouTube was going to integrate these members, more of a membership sort of style in there, other than just having a video sort of style thing. So I don't really believe it's a members site. They're just video courses, and it's very difficult to work in that direction. So I'd love to hear what you've got to say. I'm in my software at the moment, provided by Restream, and I need someone to make a comment so I can actually see it pop across and make sure everything's working properly. So if someone thinks it's a great idea for me to start a membership area, obviously it's not going to be free because it's going to cost me, and I am looking at doing it to be a part of my business as well. I'd just be straight on, honest, transparent with you about that. But inside there would be a lot more value than I could have ever offered before, and move forward with these exo organic systems that I've been developing over the last years, and really start bringing that forward so you can use that at home. So if someone could just leave a comment there and let me know what you think, it'd be great to hear from you. It should all be working properly. Just checking in here to make sure it is. All right, there we go. I just had to go to chats. There's quite a few people already commented. I just missed it. So let's put them across now, and we'll just start running them through. Hey, awesome. You. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate you popping in and saying hello. I always love seeing you all here, and it's really, really cool. Merchandise, Marty, that will definitely help. I think along the line, I might do something like that. My audience isn't as big as what people would think, but we can possibly do that down the line. I think really for now, for me, I've been about education and about organics, and I just love to keep helping people. We could put a new worm farming course in there straight up, and create like a challenge sort of thing, and help people step by step, instead of just watch the videos on YouTube in the members area, and that's sort of it. So we can do step 1, step 2, step 3, and as we're moving through into the challenge, it could run over 3 months, because it takes about 3 months for a farm from beginning to end to sort of get to that thing. And you might already be 6 weeks through, but it doesn't really matter. You can still look at it and go, I could have done that a little bit better. This is where I'm at now with mine, and I could run that a couple of times a year, depending on where people are in the season. So I think it's really, really cool. Where are we up to here in this chat? If I've missed anyone, please forgive me. When are you going to ship your compost to Sydney? Okay, so never. It's too heavy, and I'm not a full-on factory like other places where we're bagging things and got lots of people working. This is me making it by hand. Occasionally, my wife Shirley, if she's not working, she helps me a little bit, And so we just sell to the locals, unfortunately. I don't know if I don't see it ever getting to that stage, unless someone comes along and goes, hey, we can do this, and work with you. But other than that, it's just me on my Pat Malone, you know what I mean? And it's really unfortunate, because I do feel like I would like to get some of these products out to different people around the place. I know that it's very difficult, to get. So I'm sorry. I wish I could help you a little bit more with that, with the products that I create here. So we're just selling them locally out of the house. But in the members area, we will be able to work a lot towards helping you make your own, and on site, and become more self-sufficient in a way where you're growing your food. You know what's going in it, you know what to expect, you know what you're going to get out of it. And if you're having problems along the way, we can have a chat, and I might say, hey, you need to get rid of that. Don't keep that. Let's just get rid of that and replace this with this, or do this. And so, yeah, like, I believe a members area will really solve a lot of problems. And we're going to look at doing one for, there'll be a section for what I'm growing locally and helping local people around the coast here. And then also there'll be like some courses and things that international people will be able to use and implement. And then it's different times of the year we can go over those courses and things like that, and talk about it, because America to Australia, we're in the opposite side of the world. And yeah, it's just going into winter now in the Northern Hemisphere. And so I really believe that it'll help also the Martys Garden brand to stay and keep going, and not get lost in this whole new world of AI algorithms and different things that are going on in the internet. I want to stick down to a more closer organic system, work with community. It's always been about community for me, but I'm not someone behind the backgrounds working in YouTube. So I can't really say, hey guys, how come you haven't got a Facebook style thing inside your members area for members, for us to connect and keep them all on the one platform and things like that. So what I would be looking at is still producing content here on YouTube. I can upload videos into the members area, and also we can chat around different things and create blog posts and internal posts like you would inside a social media thing, but it just doesn't get, hopefully it just doesn't get lost. It would be something that I would have to trial. So I'd love to hear what you would like to see inside something like that. I've got a pen and paper here, which I want to take some notes. And if you're watching the rerun of this also, you could put something down in the comments. It's obviously towards organic gardening, and people that predominantly live, not small, it can be anything from small space to large gardens. I don't think we'll be getting into the farming side of things like we have been in the past into Marty's garden, because we just want to sort of focus on really helping people achieve a result and get the food onto their table plate, feeding their families so they get quality fresh food, save money, know what's in their food, and in the long term, short term and long term, get a good result. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you've got to say and what you'd like to see. Would you like to see a worm? The first one would be, would you like to see a worm farming challenge and be involved in a worm farming challenge? I'm just going to write this down now, so we can look at that. And I'd love to hear what you've got to think about that. So this is unscripted. I've just got a couple of points here that I've been written down, so I don't want to miss something. I really want to hear what you've got to hear, and what you would also like to learn to possibly grow at home, and different techniques and things that you would like to see possibly implemented inside a community or something like that. Soil building. Okay, so we've got our first one straight off the rack, and that's what we do work a lot on soil building. And so we've got other things like no dig systems, which built around soil building. So let's put this one across by Jim Fisher, and we can bring any of these in the conversation if someone wants to go, yeah, soil building, I'd like to learn this in soil building. And then we can sort of go into there as well. And then we've got any idea, Marty, as to what you think the site will be up and running? Sorry if you've already covered it. No, that's okay. People come into these live shows at different times, sporadically and stuff like that. This is what I'm trying to work out now is what do people want? I don't want to go in there and go, this is what I would want. I've really got to think about what people will want. As I said, I'm going to be doing some stuff locally here, people helping people on the East Coast, similar climate to me. And then also we'll be creating other little courses and things for international stuff. So when it comes to your time of the year, we can help you with that. And so we've got, let's go to the next one. More about living soil. Yeah, so I'll just put that soil building, living soils. Really important. It's a real part. So that's a big part of the exo organic systems, acceleration organics. So yes, it's good to hear that that's what you're looking for. Members, hints and tips and small DIY projects. That's a cool one. Small DIY projects. Yeah, I think that's something that would come up like in a, because we'd have like a post feed inside the area and we could talk about, hey, and other people, other members could actually come in and put their projects in there and help other people develop these projects and things like that. So it's really interesting what we can do because it won't just be all about me and what I'm showing you. People can really get involved in this. And I think that would be something that's really very interesting. And then we've got growing in small spaces. That's a really good tip, really good subject for sure. That's where Marty's Garden started on the channel, was a small space gardening. Yeah, I think that's absolutely brilliant. And that would be to do with like container gardening and things like that, and producing ways to grow food organically in the small spaces, containers and things. So, if you've read some of these comments that are coming through and you want to add something to it, I don't feel like anything is, it's irrelevant or it's stupid or it's people going to go, oh, they don't, they're going to laugh at that or whatever. It's everyone's at these different levels, right from the beginner to that watch my content to the expert. And this is what could be really beautiful about it is taking it to a whole new level. And it's taken me many years to develop this overall system, which I call exo organics, which is a mixture of permaculture, organic farming, and agribusiness and things like that, and agricultural practices to scale it all down into a small way. We create these no-dig living soil systems with biodiversity, and using the imports in the house as much as possible, what we've got around the place, to grow food and to save money. And so yeah, we got Jim Fisher here. Starting raised beds for going with wood-based mushroom compost, topsoil, and potting soil. Going to put a small worm farm in each one. We feed 5 families out of our garden. That is so awesome. And this is what I'm talking about. I want to help people get to that result, like what Jim's at. And this is just brilliant. This is pretty much so close to my heart. And thank you so much, Jim, for sharing that. Let's keep going across. We want to get to that spot, and we want people actually like that are getting results to hopefully come into the members area and really help people if they can. I know it's not going to be free, but if they feel like this is a way, hey, I can't create a YouTube channel, can't do this, but I could be involved in that to help make it change. So let's just keep going on here. What have we got here? It's a comment here. I wish the big boy would have survived. I would like to know how you set up the bin and everyday maintenance in the binner. Well, I've still got the big giant worm farm systems happening. I've got 3 or 4 up the. I've got 3 outside at the moment. If that's what we're talking about. And so that is a part of the exo organics systems. And I did show one in the last video about in the section for the underground worm farms, where I was showing the sub pods and things like that. So if that's what you mean, they're still going, but I don't get a lot of, like, basically, to be honest, I make something like that, a video like that, I might get $5 for it or something like that. And it's just, when you're looking at it aside of going, okay, well, that's really great. I'm helping these people, and that's where my heart is. But at the end of the day, everyone's got to pay the bills, and I can't really, and it's going backwards. We've dropped about 30% in revenue in the last few months, actually, on Marty's garden. And the compost keeps us going and things like that. But these little things, is the interesting thing is, when I put that in there, it's not subject to algorithms and stuff like that. People that are in the community, they're going to want to read that. They're going to want to watch it. They're going to watch the video. They want to watch the post on it, and they want to follow it and implement and use it at home to get results. So yeah, it won't be so much caught up in this whole social system. And I could actually, I'm looking at it where, so it would be in a website where you can come in, you can make your own profile, the whole thing, and be involved. And then I could actually down the line turn it into its own app, and you could just go onto your phone or whatever you're using and just use it like that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And, I'm really just looking at going, okay, does it sound like a good idea? Is it something that you'd want to be involved in? Okay, so, okay, as I was thinking, the suggestion might be a little odd, but aquaponics, just even with a little goldfish tank. Oh no, it's not odd. It's not odd. I've done little bits and pieces of it playing around, and I've had some results. Um, we've got a little fish tank in our, like, you can't see it here, but in our kitchen, we've got some guppies in it, and we've got plants growing in it, and there's no filtration system or anything like that. It's basically a little aquaponic system with with no edibles growing in it. I've done it a few times now with Karen and stuff like that. So and I haven't mentioned this, but Shirley and we're looking at, in the future, of purchasing a farm in the Philippines and building a tilapia farm that will work in an aquaponic system that actually feeds rice. If we can get purchase this farm in the future, and and it actually will feed the rice system, and it will feed all the papaya around, and also it'll provide jobs and things. We're just praying on that actually God will help us make that happen. So but maybe a little aquaponic system down the line, that is something that people are really interested in. Maybe we will do that. So I don't think that's too much to ask, really. A little goldfish tank, it's pretty cool. I've seen them; they work really good. And could possibly work into that small space gardening stuff that we were talking about. So I just need to get my feedback from you guys and see what you think. And it'll probably cost around about one coffee. That would cost you about one coffee a week. I've got to speak with my wife more about this and sort of look into it a bit more deeply. But the end result that you'll get out of it, I believe, will be something that we just don't find too much online. I've run quite a few communities in the past. I've had my own private one 6-7 years ago, right around surfing, and also and that was quite successful. Then Facebook sort of killed that. And then we ran some Facebook groups as well. And I've got a Facebook group called Small Space Gardening Australia. I don't run that. It's run by a couple of admins for me. But I go in there. If I make a post in there, we've got 25,000 members in there, and my post reaches 5 people. It's just, it's not good enough as far as I'm concerned. And so I can have full control over what it reaches to and everything in there, and not be subject to anything else other than because it's a private label membership. So interested if you've got anything more so far, what people have spoke about that they'd like to see on a membership area. I've mentioned the worm farming, like a workshop sort of thing. I haven't had anyone say anything back about that, whether they would like to see that. So we've got soil building with living soils, small DIY projects for growing food, growing tips and small spaces, and possibly the aquaponic systems, which, like I said, we're doing some very small ones just with little fish tanks and plants and things like that, but not so much on the edible side of things. So hello there. nice, nice to see you. Um, Definitely a yes on the worm farming stuff. I really like the idea of having these like workshops where we can decide what we're going to do and grow and then and produce it and follow along together and look at what's working well for us and sharing those results so we can get to an end product at the end. And even if you're an advanced, you're more advanced, just the fun and the element of connecting with other people, like-minded people, and to help them and to grow as well. Anything on mushrooms? I don't know about, I haven't done a lot of mushroom stuff. I've had 50-50 success with it. But it is a part of a food production system. It is a part of getting healthy food onto our plate and knowing how we're growing it. So that could be very possible. Just I haven't had a lot of success with it. 50-50 on that one, on the mushroom side of things. Wild mushrooms, great. Had no problem growing those because I'm making living soils and I'm stoked when they pop up. But edibles, yeah, it's been a bit tricky. I think it's where I've been sourcing my actual spawns and that from, though. How to source wood chips for composting and worms. Okay, that could be something that would come down into a content sort of thing, more like a post um, sort of thing. But basically, what I do is I just get my wood chips from the local arborist, and they drop them in the front yard, or I go to a landscaper. But I've developed my own bedding now where I've got a cocoa peat and a wood pulp fiber. I find that works a little bit better. It works a lot better in small worm farms. And I'm finding that actually just going back to the beginner worm farms, if you can't get that from me, is just getting a good quality cocoa peat and feeding them correctly and just keeping the moistures and temperatures right and getting really good results that way. I'm going right back to a sort of a beginning. Yeah, so the mushrooms, struggling with them. As I said, I have been too, but you never know. Like there are some mushroom farmers around here, and we can do live shows and things like that. And who knows where that may lead? We might be able to get someone who's really good with mushrooms and get them to help us. So I'm not going to be looking at just my expertise. Maybe we can get other people in to looking at it. So, like if you're watching the rerun or you're there or whatever, I'd love to see a thumbs up on it. If we're getting lots of thumbs ups on it, I know that there's some interest there. We don't need a lot of people to get started. That's the beauty of it. And, it's because it said it's not related to algorithms of big numbers and that type of thing. So I think it would work. It would work quite well. And so I just make sure we're getting, love it. Thank you. You're welcome, Jim. Thank you, mate. It's interesting to see. I just didn't want to jump in the bandwagon and go, hey, I'm doing this. I've had a few people, local people, interested in doing the local stuff. And I know I have an international audience, so I want to be taking care of an international audience. We can separate the sections and things like that. So, and some people might just be interested in learning what's going on in other sides of the world as well, and then trying to implement that back at home and going, okay, well, I can learn through the winter time and then get ready and implement that at home and watch how these people are doing this. So, as I said, it'll still be early days. I'm sure there'll be some hiccups in that at the beginning, like as with anything. But, we could initially start, if we start off with a workshop and some posts and just with as a members area, like a community, we could actually kick off quite quickly. So I'd be interested because I don't want, I've read and stuff like that there's too many courses, there's too much going on, it's too much overwhelm, and people are going, oh, how am I going to get through all this? This is awesome, but I can't do it at all, so I'm not getting my money's worth. And so I'm not going to flood it with content, heaps of content straight away. It'll be something that will just gradually process through, and obviously internet a connection with me, and we can actually go back and talk about stuff that I've been teaching in the past, also in the videos and things like that. So Yeah, interested to see what you've got to say. We've still got 9 people watching. We sporadically come on here and let people know. I think about an hour before, 45 minutes before I let YouTube know. And who knows how many people it reaches out to. This is another thing that I'm looking forward to with Insider Members area is I can put out a post and I know that it's not controlled with some type of algorithm inside Facebook that controls the group and things like that. And people, we can really create our own culture inside that community. So I'd love to hear anything else that you'd love to see in there, or anything else that you'd love to be involved in. If you've got any other questions before we head off, I'd like to answer them for you before we go. Also, would you like to see a live stream, a private live stream inside the membership site? I'm pretty sure we can do that, and then that would be made at a certain time every week. And yeah, we could really go deep into it. And yeah, so if you've got any other questions, it's a grey area, mate. Yeah, not for recreational purposes. Medicinal cannabis is really starting to move forward there, but it's very grey compared to other places like, say, Thailand or certain parts of California. Yeah, so if you've got any other questions, feel free to fire away, even if in the comments box, if you're watching it or sort of later on. We don't have a lot of other stuff to go through. It was more really just mentioning about it. For those who have come in late, I'm talking about how we've got the members area in YouTube and how I can't connect with anyone in there after they do the Worm Wranglers members course. We tried to get something over on the Facebook, but we're all caught up in algorithms and having different platforms and people moving from one platform to another. The support through the Buy Me a Coffee has been really good. But again, I can't add the extra value back other than someone saying, thanks, Marty, for the content you produce. And I really am grateful for that. So yeah, it's moving in a way where we want to look at going, okay, can we create this community in a private members area with its own social feed? It's people with their own bio profiles, being able to access the content and work together in workshops, and also do little mini courses and things, and move forward without being overwhelmed by too much information at once. We've got another comment here by Jim Fisher. Would like to see the live stream of what you're talking about. Well, that would be, I've got to look inside the platform and see how that all runs, Jim. So like I said, there'll be a few hiccups and things like that, but there would be it would be a consistent live stream that would be held weekly at a certain time. And we're not sure what that would be. And like I said, it's I've got to speak with the developers and go in and practice and try. But it's got the one that I'm looking at looks quite cool, and I believe that it would. I just want to help more people, and at the same time, I want to keep the Marty's Garden brand going, and I want to get that message out there. Speaking with Pepe Fassos about it yesterday, and some of the things I was looking at, which is it's just too expensive to do. And found something that I believe is cost effective and will be profitable also for my time. And the biggest factor is being able to help people grow food at home so they know what they're eating and live more sustainably and save money and put better food on the table and be able to get an end result. So starting at the beginning and going to the end for an end result. And so yeah, growth does take time, Jim. But listen, we won't keep on any longer. It doesn't seem like there's any more comments coming through or any more questions. I'm just really grateful that you've come and listened to the live show. If it does interest you, please if you're watching the rerun, leave a comments down below, comment box down below in the comments, or if you're watching the live show, go back to the video and you've got anything that you thought of that you think you could add to that, or you really love the concept of it, then please let me know in that comments box in the rerun. Thank you everyone for coming and watching the show. I'm going to go and I've got to go and bag some more compost, and I've got to go and put out some mulch. Rebuilding the garden now. So when people come here and they buy compost, we walk them around. Some of them mentioned to me that they want education as well. So yeah, it's a really good thing, and I'm pretty stoked that it's possible. 99% chance this is going to happen after I just speak with the developers and things. So I'll keep you all in the loop. And to let you know, the magpie is okay. Harry's okay. Harry's been sleeping in the trees the last few nights. Mum and Dad have been taking care of him. So Harry the magpie is really good. And yeah, we've got a little owl too that just come out of the nest. Some really beautiful things happening here that I haven't really been filming. I don't want people coming around and hassling the owls and hassling the birds and things like that, or somewhere, you just don't know. So yeah, it's been an amazing spring, and the garden's going absolutely great. We're just about to do a revamp on it, and we'll keep you updated here on Marty's Garden. So thank you so much for coming. Please give me a thumbs up before you bolt. Let me know in the comments box down below what you think about a members area where I can help you more get to where you need to go and guide you and others within the community doing so also. Have a great day. Happy everything. God bless you too, DJ. And we'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to watch the last one that come out if you missed it. It's really cool about in-ground worm farming. All right, bye for now.